Good morning, students. Students, in our previous lecture, I explained to you something about the molecular orbital energy level sequence, in which I told you that there occurs the formation of a bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Now, the electrons are to be distributed in this molecular orbital. The rules to be followed were discussed in the previous lecture, and I told you that the rules were the molecular orbital with the lower energy will be filled first, followed by the molecular orbital with the higher energy. Secondly, no molecular orbital or no orbital can accommodate more than 2 electrons. And if the 2 molecular orbitals are of the same energy, then they are first of all to be filled up singly before they begin to pair up. I gave you the 2 energy sequence for a molecule with Z greater than 7 and Z less than 7 and equal to 7. If you recollect, I'll let you recollect over here on the board. For Z greater than 7, we discussed this. For value of Z when greater than 7, what was the energy level sequence? It was sigma 1s was less than sigma anti-bonding 1s, which is less than sigma 2s, which again is less than sigma anti-bonding 2s, which was less than sigma 2pz, which was less than the sigma 2pz. Am I clear? Which was less than pi 2px, which was equal to pi 2py, which is less than pi anti-bonding 2px, which was equal to pi anti-bonding 2py, and which was less than sigma anti-bonding 2pz. I hope you remember this energy level sequence. Now, for Z equal to 7 and Z less than 7, the energy level sequence was for Z equal to 7, for Z equal to 7 or Z less than 7. The energy level sequence was sigma 1s is less than sigma anti-bonding 1s, which will be less than sigma 2s, which again will be less than sigma anti-bonding 2s, which again will be less than sigma 2p, pi 2px, which will be equal to pi 2py, which will be less than sigma 2pz, which again will be less than pi anti-bonding 2px, which will be equal to pi anti-bonding 2py, which will be less than sigma anti-bonding 2pz. This was the energy level sequence. Now, before I proceed further, let me discuss with you something about the bond order. The reason for that why sigma 2pz occur after pi 2px, pi 2py, and here before pi 2pz and pi 2py was explained to you. It was due to the interaction difference. Now, bond order. Bond order is the number of covalent bonds formed in a molecule. What is bond order? Then we will make the diagrams, student. Bond order. How do we define this? The number of covalent bonds. The number of covalent bonds formed in the molecule. Number of covalent bonds formed in a molecule is called a bond order. Number of covalent bonds formed in a molecule is called bond order. Number of covalent bonds which are formed in the molecule is called as a bond order. Now, how do we find out the bond order? Bond order, this will be equal to half into number of electron in bonding molecular orbital minus number of electron in anti-bonding molecular orbital. NB over here is number of electrons in bonding molecular orbitals. Number of electrons in bonding molecular orbital. BMO is a bonding molecular orbital. And Na over here stands for number of electrons in anti-bonding molecular orbitals. This is the number of electrons in anti-bonding molecular orbital. So, number of electrons in bonding molecular orbital and the number of electrons in the anti-bonding molecular orbital. Is it clear? Now, I told you, student, if bond order is greater than 0, then molecule exists. Then formation of molecule is possible. Then the formation of molecule is possible. So, if the bond order in this case comes to be greater than 0, then the formation of the molecule is possible. Bond order was directly proportional to bond dissociation energy. The second was the bond order. It is directly proportional to bond dissociation energy. It is directly proportional to the bond dissociation energy. Am I clear? More is the bond order, more will be the bond dissociation energy. Bond order, higher the bond order, shorter is the bond length. Next point was higher the bond order. Higher the bond order. Higher the bond order. Shorter is the bond length. So, higher the bond order, shorter is the bond length. Shorter is the bond length. Am I clear? Then, if the molecule have unpaired electron, if a molecule has unpaired electron, then it is paramagnetic in nature. These are the 4 questions which we will be solving as we write down the configuration in this. Then unpaired electron, then it is paramagnetic in nature. It is paramagnetic. Molecule in this case will be paramagnetic in nature. Am I clear? And if no unpaired electron is present, it will be diamagnetic in nature. If no unpaired electron is present, then it is diamagnetic. Then this is diamagnetic in nature. If unpaired electrons are present, then it will be paramagnetic, and if no unpaired electrons are present, then it will be diamagnetic in character. Am I clear? So, after writing the molecular orbital configuration for any molecule, we will try to relate these questions with the answer what we obtain in the bond order. As for example, formation of helium molecule. If we consider He2 molecule, my question to you, does it exist or not? So, how do we find out? What is the atomic number of helium? 2. So, 2 helium atom, how many electrons will be there? 4. So, we have to distribute the 4 electron as per this configuration, which is less than 7. So, molecular orbital configuration will be sigma 1s, and this over here will be having a 2 electron. This is sigma 1s. How many electrons are there? 2. Am I clear? Then sigma anti-bonding 1s, and how many electrons will be distributed over here? 2. Tell me whether I am getting it clear for you or not, student. Yes? So, sigma 1s2, sigma anti-bonding 1s2. How many electrons are present over here? 4. I have distributed the 4 electrons. Now, if I find out the molecular orbital diagram, How will I make the molecular orbital diagram? Helium will be having how many electrons? This will be having 2 electrons. Is it clear? Another helium atom, it will be having how many electrons? 2. This is atomic orbital 1s for one helium atom. This is another atomic orbital 1s for another helium atom. When they combine 1s and 1s, they may combine to form bonding as well as anti-bonding molecular orbital. So, bonding molecular orbital will be having a lower energy than anti-bonding molecular orbital. So, this will be this way. This is sigma 1s, which is a bonding molecular orbital. Yes, then over here will be sigma anti-bonding 1s. Sigma anti-bonding 1s will be this. Sigma 1s and then sigma anti-bonding 1s. So, 1s and 1s atomic orbital will overlap and result in the formation of sigma 1s and sigma 1s atomic orbital. Is it clear? This is sigma bonding, this is anti-bonding. When 1s and 1s combine, it will result in the formation of bonding molecular orbital. There are 2 electrons in the bonding molecular orbital. Here it will result in the formation of anti-bonding molecular orbital. Am I clear? Now, if I find out the bond order, it will be equal to half into number of electron in bonding minus number of electron in anti-bonding molecular orbital. And this value will be equal to half. How many electrons in the bonding molecular orbital? 2. How many electron in anti-bonding molecular orbital? 2. What will be the value coming over here? It will come to be equal to 0. I have already told you, for a molecule to exist, the bond order value should be greater than 0. Am I clear? So, here the bond order comes to be 0, which is not a greater than 0 value. So, helium molecule does not exist. He2 does not exist. Does not exist. Someone asks you why? Because in the helium molecule, bond order comes to be equal to 0. For the molecule to exist, the value of bond order should be greater than 0. Am I clear? Now, is the molecule containing any unpaired electron? No. This is completely filled up. This is also completely filled up. So, molecule will be diamagnetic in character. Or since we may say over here, molecule is not existing. So, why to study the diamagnetic or the paramagnetic character in the molecule? Is it getting clear? Yes. So, whether the molecule exists or not, we can easily understand by writing the molecular orbital configuration. The energy level diagram can be made in this manner, which we increase from the lower half to the upper side. Fine. Now, if I say He2 positive molecule, He2 positive molecule, just see over here. My question to you is, does He2 positive molecule exist? If the question is, does the He2 positive molecule exist or not? So, over here, He2 positive, it means it has lost 1 electron. So, how many electrons are present in He2 positive? 3. 1 electron is lost. So, configuration will be sigma 1s. First of all, 2 electrons in this, and then sigma anti-bonding 1s, and there will be 1 electron in this. So, over here the bond order in this molecule will be equal to half into 2 minus 1. The value will be equal to 0.5. Yes. So, here we will say bond order is greater than 0. So, He2 positive exists. He2 positive molecule will exist. Am I clear? Yes or not? Is it having any unpaired electron? Yes. Since it is having an unpaired electron, so molecule over here will be paramagnetic in nature. So, this is paramagnetic. Tell me, student, whether you are getting it clear or not. He2 does not exist. Here He2 positive exists because the bond order comes to be greater than 0. Now look over here. If I go for He2 negative ion, how many electrons will be there? 4 from the 2 helium and 1 electron it has gained, so 5 electron. So in the molecular orbital configuration, the configuration will be written as sigma 1s. This will be 2. Then sigma 2s. This again will be 2. And then we have, this is sigma 1s. And then we have sigma 2s, which will be having 1 electron. Sigma 2s, and this will be having 1 electron. Just see over here, the 5 electrons are distributed or not? Yes or not? Here were 4, here were 3, here are 5, and the distribution in the molecular orbital will be like this. Now here, if you want to find out the bond order will be equal to half into number of electron in bonding minus number of electron in anti-bonding molecular orbital. On solving this up, we will get half into how many electron in bonding? 2 and 1, 3. 2 here, 1 here. This will be 3 minus 2. On solving, the value comes to be 0.5. Now, is the bond order greater than 0? Yes. So, He2 negative exists. Why bond order is greater than 0? Is it having an unpaired electron? Yes. So, this molecule will be paramagnetic in behavior. Am I getting clear? So, we have done with you this system. Now, suppose we have to write on the molecular orbital, we have to make the molecular orbital diagram. This was for He2. For He2 positive, 1 electron was less. So, how will we make? Here it will be less electron. This is for He2 positive. 2 will be here, 1 will be here. I think you understand, student. This will be for He2 positive. 1 helium having a 2 electron. Now, earlier it was He2 molecule. Now it becomes for He2 positive. 2 electron here, 1 electron here, because there were only 3 electrons. 2 are distributed here, 1 is distributed here. Similarly, if we make for He2 negative ion, He2 negative ion, we have to distribute 5 electrons. So, it will be sigma 1s, sigma antibonding 1s. Then we will have sigma 2s. And here it will be sigma antibonding 2s. Sigma antibonding 2s. One of the electron will go into sigma 2s and it will come over here. Here again, this electron will be distributed over here and that will be represented in a different manner. We will explain that earlier. So, over here, of course, that will be sigma 2s and sigma 2s. How will we make that? That will be made as 1s and 2s and then the electron distribution will be there. You may see over here, so one of the electron in that case will go into the anti-bonding molecular orbital. Now look over here. Helium is 2, helium 2 positive and helium He2 negative. What is the bond order over here? If you find out the bond order, this was 0, this is 0.5 and this is 0.5. Yes, this molecule does not exist because the bond order is 0. Here both are existing in this case and both are having a equivalent bond order 0.5. So, the question is which of the two is more stable? Since the bond order is same, so this should be equally stable. But student, remember, He2 positive is more stable than He2 negative. Why? Because in He2 positive, the electrons are present in this antibonding molecular orbital. Here, more number of electrons are present in antibonding molecular orbital, helium-2 negative ion. So, they experiences more repulsion. The electron in the antibonding molecular orbital experiences more repulsion and hence will be less stable. So, He2 positive will be more stable as compared to He2 negative. So, in this lecture, I have briefed you how the molecular orbital configuration for He2, He2 positive and He2 negative can be written. I hope you must have understood. We will continue the second part of this or with the same lecture. In our next discussion, we will discuss the formation of the other molecule with the atomic number higher than 2. We will also have to discuss the hydrogen molecule. We will discuss with you hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen molecule. And along with that, we will discuss their stability order. I hope, student, you must have understood. We will meet again in the next discussion. Till then, thank you.